Hey, Bruce Naylor, the Frugal Tech, and today we're looking at the Huawei MediaPad M5. This is the 8.4-inch edition. Now, I have never reviewed a premium Android tablet before. I've always looked at the budget tablets. Isn't that kind of nice that there is a wide variety of price points and hardware when you're looking at going Android as opposed to iOS? Isn't that kind of nice in a way? Anyhow, this video was sponsored by Huawei, and they sent this to me at no cost to me. However, all opinions are my own. No one else is reviewing this video prior to the release. Let's get right to the unboxing of this tablet. And this thing definitely oozes premium right from the unboxing of the tablet. First, you're presented with the M5 right on top. Next, you get the wall charger, which is white. Then, the next thing is going to be your user's guide. Also included is a headphone jack adapter. We'll get to that in a moment. A USB Type-C charging cable. And now it's time to unwrap the M5. And you can just feel the quality of this tablet in your hand. It's thin and light, weighs about 11 ounces. So here it is, the Huawei MediaPad M5 8.4-inch tablet. There's a couple versions. This one does not have LTE enabled, but you can get a version that does have LTE enabled. 64 gigabytes of storage, 4 gigabytes of RAM, a 8-core CPU on here. Has a micro SD card slot. Let me see if I can find that, locate that on here. It's right in through here. And it can also double as for a SIM as well on the LTE connected version of this tablet. Meant to be, I think, used in landscape mode, not so much portrait mode. The 16:10 aspect ratio. Let's talk about the display. And that's one of the first things that really impressed me about this tablet. 2560 by 1600 gives you 359 DPI on this. So this thing is really tack sharp. IPS, and they use a technology in here that basically, depending on the conditions, can adjust the contrast dynamically and make images a little bit sharper all by itself, and I think that's pretty cool. It also has a 5100 milliamp battery in there, and so that's good for about 9 to 10, maybe 11 hours of use, watching videos, playing games, etc. That's not too shabby, and several days it'll last if you're just using it casually. One thing I really love on this is the speakers. It has 2 speakers here on this side and then here on the left side. So left and right side. This being in portrait mode, left and right. Or not portrait mode, but landscape mode, left and right. These are Harman Kardon tuned speakers. And I gotta tell you, for a tablet, like I have the original iPad Air, and the audio quality is terrible on it. It's very, very low. This thing actually cranks out some volume. Sounds quite good. One flaw with this tablet, in my opinion, is they did not include a headphone jack. So they do give you a connector, a little like dongle that'll plug into there with an audio jack. But the problem is, of course, if you're like me, you're going to lose the thing. You're going to forget where you put it at, So I really wish they did have that built into the tablet. But that being said, I would recommend that you just get a Bluetooth wireless headset if you're going to use it that way. I tend to use my tablets a lot for, I keep flipping around, don't I? I tend to use them a lot for watching videos and reading the news. It's probably 90% of what I use a tablet for. I don't really use one for general productivity, other than I have Microsoft Outlook, Word, and a couple other Office 365 applications installed. Let's talk a little bit about the cameras. I took a picture with the rear camera. It's 13 megapixel camera, and then I shot a little bit of video with it as well. And then let's talk about cameras on a tablet for a minute. I don't know that many people who use the cameras on their tablets. I mean, you're probably going to use your smartphone rather than run around with a tablet, but just in case it's laying on the coffee table, kids do something cool or something and you don't have your phone handy, they're usable. The image quality is not terrible. Now, I've got to familiarize myself, in all fairness, with the camera application from Huawei. But all in all, it's serviceable. It's definitely a usable camera. Another cool thing about this is it's running the latest version of Android. Android 8 Oreo is on here. And then Huawei puts on their own skin on there to make it more iOS-like. And I felt right at home jumping from iOS into using the Huawei. Everything seemed to just be very familiar, almost intuitive if you're coming from iOS over to Android. Connectivity is fine with it. It's got wireless, G, N, AC. It's going to meet all your Wi-Fi needs. No problem on that. Again, it has built-in Bluetooth version 4.2. It's part of the tablet. And that's going to give you a good experience as far as connecting with Bluetooth to speakers, headphones, etc. Like I said, for me, it's a lot about consuming media. And guess what? MediaPad makes sense, right? That's what it's designed for. Watch videos, watch movies, play video games. That's what this machine is really designed for, to consume media. And I think it does it pretty well. Applications, open fairly smoothly. I'll punch up YouTube on here. And we're right there. I'm going to just go into my library here. Pull up one of my videos, right? Because we don't want to use somebody else's stuff in here. We use mine. Look how quick that brings it up there. Try to do one of these and have it posted every Monday. You hear that audio.
Normally it's kind of a vlog style, but
listen to that. It just come up, and the video quality is beautiful.
So this is going to be a Q&A session.
The video quality is beautiful on this tablet. Watch Netflix movies on it, YouTube videos. I'm very impressed. The screen is really bright. I just think this is the big selling point of this tablet. It's beautiful, beautiful display coupled with a relatively snappy CPU. It's an 8-core, man. It's going to get the job done. And games look incredible on this. This is War Robots. It's a new game I just installed, and I can see it's going to be a whole heck of a lot of fun to play. Hey, I'll go into battle. Just watch this here for a second. It really looks sharp. Obviously, I can't really play the game looking into the camera and talking to you, but I just wanted to take a look at the graphics as soon as the game launches here. And it is getting ready to start. Look at that. Just look at that. That's how beautiful that is. Go ahead and move around. It is really, really... Graphics just look fantastic on this thing. Gameplay is really nice and smooth. All right, I think we've seen enough of that. Getting shot up. So gameplay looks to be phenomenal on this. Doesn't lag. The graphics are beautiful and sharp. Very snappy. And moving around open applications, like going into Netflix. Netflix loads almost instantly on this thing. Right there we are. Look at that. Look how quick that was. And we're in Netflix. Watching movies, reading your news, going into Facebook. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Of course, it has a fingerprint reader on the right or left side of the tablet if you're in landscape mode. Responsive. It's actually quite responsive. Again, everything is very fluid on this tablet. Bringing down your notifications. Very, very responsive. It is a premium Android tablet. It runs, obviously it's going to run rings around, your Fire tablets, etc. But yes, it costs a little bit more. But you're talking about a quality piece of hardware designed to last. What are the cons of this tablet? Well, one of them is going to be the fact that it doesn't have 3.5 millimeter headphone jack built in. Now, I think for this premium of a tablet, it should just have the jack built right in. There's room, I think, on here to do it with, and they just, for whatever reason, didn't do it. The only issue that I've run into with this tablet from time to time when it's off and you pick it up in portrait mode, the screen won't be responsive to input. But by rotating it into landscape mode is fine. And it actually hasn't done that in a week or two, so maybe a software update or whatever remedied that situation. Is it expensive? I don't think so. This is in a different category. This is not your typical sub-$100 piece of hardware. This is a premium tablet. And I think if you want to not be using the Apple ecosystem, if you don't want to be part of the iOS thing, and you want the premium hardware, and you're looking for what alternatives are out there to an iPad, especially the mini, This should be, I think, one of your first ones that you look at. It is a MediaPad. It is designed for games, movies, watching, television shows, reading the news. That's what it's really designed for. It does have a big brother. This larger 10-inch version costs a little bit more money. I like the 8.4-inch form factor. It's comfortable in the hand. It's lightweight. I think all in all, I've been using it for about 3 weeks now. I gotta tell you, it's pretty much handled anything I've thrown at it. We do have our affiliate link down below if you're interested in learning more about the MediaPad M5. I think you'll like it. I think it is a very, very well made tablet. You be the judge. Let me know in the comments down below. Bruce Naylor. Talk to you later.